I think one of the craziest things I've learned throughout this journey is that weight loss is probably one of the hardest things you're going to have to do in your life. But the skills you learn from losing weight, from taking care of your body, will absolutely change your life, right? For me, I've always been heavy most of my life. And about 2, 3 years ago, the heaviest I got was around 230 pounds or so. And I'm not that tall of a guy. I'm around 5'10, 5'11. So being that heavy was always very, very hard on my body. What does that mean? So being 230 pounds, not a lot of muscle and just a lot of just fat, it was extremely hard on my knees. It was very hard for me to breathe because of sleep apnea. And I just really hated the way I looked because I looked at myself in the mirror and was just not happy in a sense where you could tell I didn't care much for myself because I knew I was young. I could just keep eating. I would drink and I would feel horrible when I woke up and then I would just do it again. And a lot of that started kind of in college where you go to school and you just eat, go out, have fun with your friends, don't really care about your body. And it's kind of like your first time away from home. So you just enjoy your life, right? You partake in all these vices like food, like alcohol and drinking. And then you kind of realize that, oh man, maybe I'm not supposed to do this. Maybe this is not good for my body, right? There'll be times where my skin was so inflamed. I have acne all over my face. I thought like, oh, this is genetic. This is just because you're going through, your body's going through these hormonal changes. In reality, it was a major attribution to my diet. Like, it got so bad that I told the doctor, hey, I want to go on Accutane because I don't want acne anymore. Rather than actually changing the root cause of it, which was the food I was eating, which was the unhealthy habits I was partaking in, like sleeping late, drinking alcohol, eating a lot of food that was very processed and unhealthy, especially because you're in college, you just want the quickest food that tastes the best, right? And you think you're Superman. At the end of the day, you're really not, because the food you're eating is a direct reflection of kind of the care you're taking for your body, right? So for me, I knew I wanted to make a change because I was on a CPAP machine for sleep apnea, and then I had trouble sleeping. I think there was times I'd go to the doctor's office, right? And then you had to go for a checkup every now and then, probably like a few months, and then they'll see the data associated with it. I had the CPAP chip kind of sent to the doctor's office. They would see that I wore it for a total of like 30 minutes, and then I would subconsciously rip it out when I'm asleep. And that was not good for me because I'd always feel horrible in the morning. And I'd always ask myself, man, am I going to have to wear this my whole life, right? And I decided one day, I was like, this isn't going to work, right? So they moved me to like a retainer that was able to help me breathe a little bit better, but I still felt horrible. I kind of, that my life was going to change if I took initiative and took care of my body. And that's when I decided to lose weight, right? So how did I lose the weight? A lot of it was just these three main things. One was through walking. So I would make a goal of walk 10,000 steps a day. And I would just try and hit that for the first like 3 days, right? 10,000 steps these 3 days, right? And then 5 days, 10,000 steps these next 5 days, and then 7 days, right? So I tried making it a habit where the 10,000 steps was a part of my daily routine where, okay, you're going to take your fitness seriously. Let's start walking. Let's get the body moving, because a lot of times I was just being very unhealthy where I would just sit down all day, eat, drink alcohol, and repeat, right? And then I just knew that my body meant to be moved. It needed sunlight. It needed to feel good. It needed to feel happy. So that was the first thing I did, was I decided to just walk 10,000 steps a day, right? At 10,000 steps a day, you feel good, you feel healthy, you feel happy. After those 10,000 steps, I also knew that working out was a big part of the fitness journey. So I would lift weights about 3 to 4 times a week. And you must be thinking, oh man, it's probably expensive to lift weights. You have to get a gym membership. For me, I went to Crunch and I went to Planet Fitness. If you need to save money, Planet Fitness place great place to go. $20 a month, right? A lot of times fast food now, if you go to McDonald's, like $20 for a fast food meal if you get like a drink and fries. It's kind of crazy, right? So $20 a month, Planet Fitness and Crunch. And for me, the cheapest way to find these workouts, right, because I didn't really know how to work out, was I just went on bodybuilding.com. Bodybuilding.com had an app. It was like $9 a month. And then it just had working out, the weightlifting weights, right? So I just picked FST7 because I was a huge bodybuilding fan. I loved watching bodybuilding. So FST7 was created by Hanny Rambod. And I just lifted weights, right, for 30 minutes to 45 minutes a day, right? I was so weak. And I always I look back at the videos and I kind of laugh. I'm like, oh man, that was me, right? Because you're just like, wow, we all start from somewhere. So I just started working out. And I didn't care how I looked. I didn't care how I felt. I just wanted to go because I think most people's biggest concern is like, oh man, what are people going to think of me when I'm working out? Are people watching me? Are people going to laugh at me? Right? That's everyone's always biggest concern. But in reality, no one really cares. Everyone's so concerned about their own lives, so concerned about their own physical fitness that no one cares whatsoever. So just start working out, right? And I don't even have the greatest physique at all, right? I still kind of I think around I started around 230, right? So I was around 30% body fat, maybe even a little higher. It was crazy. There was a time where my dad was just like, hey man, you gotta take care of yourself because you can't live like this forever. You just look so unhealthy and you're always sleepy. That was the one thing. I was always tired, always sleepy. I felt horrible. I couldn't give my best self to the world because I wasn't taking care of myself in a way that was appropriate, right? So I just decided to change, right? So that was one thing, right? Working out, bodybuilding.com, $10 a month. That will help you a ton when it comes to lifting weights, working out, and just feeling good about yourself. FST7, Fast Stress Training 7, don't even do the whole workout. Just do part of it. Just time yourself for 30 to 40 minutes. Whatever you can do in that time frame, just do it, right? And then you can do 10,000 steps a day, right? That's already 2 great ways to do it, right? Those two things will change your life dramatically, right? And then always weigh yourself every morning. That's what I did. I bought a Wise scale, WYZE, Wise scale, because the Wise scale was $20 on Amazon. And then there was an app that just tracked your weight every day. And Wise had that app where it showed your body fat, your BMR, and all these kind of stats associated with it. Accuracy, I don't know how accurate they are, but it just gave me a baseline of my weight and everything that was associated with that the fitness journey I had, right? So check that Wise scale, WYZE. And then what else did I do? For the next portion of that, I also ate healthy. What does that mean, right? I think so many times when you're on a weight loss thing, right? You're just told weigh your food out, check your macros, right? And for someone like me who's cares about themselves, right, and is just very meticulous, right, and love data, right. I work in big tech, and I just care a lot about data and technology, right. So for me, it was I thought oh, it'd be easy transition to check your food. Oh, it was so hard. It was so hard. There's so many diets. All right, I'm gonna eat this diet. I'm gonna count my calories, count my macros, right. And it was so hard because you had to cook everything, you had to weigh everything out. Oh my god, this is crazy, right? But if you really want something, you're gonna definitely do it, right? But if you're just kind of starting out, right, you want to just make that smooth transition, because so many times we go 0 to 100 and then we just kind of fail because we're just trying to make a complete drastic transformation in our whole life we've been eating unhealthy. For me, macros, counting calories, they helped, right? But the biggest change for me was just eating whole foods, right? So I would just eat healthy. And what does it mean to eat healthy, right? I would go to Chipotle and just order chicken, rice, corn, lettuce, tomatoes, and like fajitas, so like grilled vegetables. And I would just eat that, and that change in itself was like much better than what I was already eating, like all the chips, all the processed food, all the McDonald's, whatever it was, right? And the crazy thing is that chicken bowl cost me like $11. Today, a bag of chips costs you around $6, $7, especially here in California. And then McDonald's will cost you like $15, $20 in California. So imagine you go to Chipotle, even though you might be like, oh man, I don't want to eat this, I want to eat the junk food, right? Because all our bodies want to eat junk food, right? But when you go to Chipotle, eat that bowl, you feel full, which is insane. Another thing too is like lately, I've like loved Chipotle. However, I kind of like, oh, I kind of want to mix it up. I've been eating sweet green, right? And then sweet green bowl, I get like the super green goddess. It's around $11, $12 bowl. And then if you have sweet green pass, which is $10 a month, you get $3 off. So it's around $9 a bowl, right? It's cheaper than McDonald's, which is crazy to think, right? And you feel amazing. The crazy thing is about when you start eating clean is that it sends the signals to your brain that you're full, as opposed to when you're eating unhealthy, like that processed food. Your brain will never think you're full. It's always going to say, oh, I'm still hungry, I'm still hungry, I'm still hungry. And you get in this weird loop of like always eating unhealthy, right? That's kind of what happened to me, right? For me being unhealthy, like I had so much anxiety and stress. I don't know why. I think it has a lot to do with your gut microbiome, but I would eat very unhealthy and then I'd feel horrible after and I was still hungry. So I'd eat more and then I eat very unhealthy, like a giant ramen or a McDonald's meal. And then I feel unhealthy and still hungry. So I'll go chase it down with boba, with like milk tea. And then I'm still hungry after that, so I eat a bag of chips. And it just became this endless cycle. And I would look at myself in pictures like, whoa, I don't even recognize myself anymore because I just ate so much food, didn't care about myself, and then no one was stopping me. That's the crazy thing too, was like when you eat a lot of food, right, you start realizing, oh, this is kind of like the Western American diet that we have here in the United States, is that everyone's eating this same food together. So we all just kind of get in this endless loop of eating and eating and eating, and we feel horrible. Especially with my family, like it was just normal for us, like, right? We always eat out. Food was good. It was a good time bonding. And then I realized, like, oh man, this is not good. So I decided to kind of break the habit, right? And that last step was just eating whole foods, right? Go to Chipotle, go to Sweet Green. It's $9, $10 a bowl. And just order what you can, right? I know you're thinking like, oh, it's gonna be expensive, yes, but just get the chicken for Chipotle, Sweet Green, get the Sweet Green Goddess, or get like a chicken bowl, and then get the daily Sweet Green Pass, get $3 off, and then your bowl is like $11, and then you can just play with it. Get sweet potatoes, get broccoli. You'll feel extremely full, and then you'll feel amazing. That's the crazy thing too. Is like if you guys do choose to go on this health fitness journey, it's like you feel so much better about your life, your body, your mind, your heart, your soul. And you give your best version of yourself to the world. Like making these videos, if I was still on the unhealthy side of things, it would have been hard because I would always be falling asleep. I would always be tired, right? So do your best when it comes to taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, your heart, your soul. Eat good food, put great stuff into your body. Last but not least, this is like a bonus tip, was that I drank a lot of water, right? I always try drinking an ounce per body weight. So if you were 200 pounds, 200 ounces of water, right? And it's kind of a tough trick, right? But if you're just starting out, try like 150 ounces of water, right? If you're like a 200-pound person, and multiply your weight by like 0.7, 0.8, whatever it may be, and just drink that in ounces, right? And you'll feel so much better. That's one thing I've kind of realized about me, is that once I drank more water, ate whole foods, I felt very full, where my brain wasn't signaling, oh, eat unhealthy, eat more, eat more, eat more. Right, I just felt a lot better. I felt amazing. I felt like I was able to give my best self to the world, right? So drink water. Right now, I have been drinking just hydrogen water. I don't know what the effect is right now, how I feel, but apparently the hydrogen is supposed to give me more energy. So I'll make a video on this too eventually in the future. But overall, I've been feeling pretty good with drinking a lot of water. And I think 80% of your body is like water. So you feel a lot better throughout the day, right? For me, when I started drinking a lot of water, I noticed my face cleared up. Whenever I would urinate, the stream or the water being excreted from my body was clear, so I knew I was hydrated. And I just felt a lot better. Like my mind was more sharp. I felt happier, and just putting good stuff into my body, which is your temple, you felt amazing, right? And I'm coming from a place of like love and pain because I know what it's like to be really heavy. I know what it's like to struggle with sleep apnea. I know what it's like to not be happy with what you see in the mirror. And then the crazy thing is about eating unhealthy, it's actually very expensive because you eat so much processed food, you're eating so many calories, and then you order to go, and it adds up. It adds up. Like if you want to eat McDonald's, Wendy's, unhealthy takeout food, it will add up and it'll be more expensive than eating healthy, which is crazy to think, right? So take care of your mind, your body, your heart, your soul, and life will change. Gel family, I love you so much. I hope these tips help you become the best version of yourself and help you change your lifestyle for the better. Take it from me. I've been there before and I care about you so much. If you really go on this journey, I believe in you. I really do believe in you. Anything is possible. All those preconceived notions of you not being able to achieve what you want to achieve in life, throw them out the gate because I believe in you. Gel family, I love you so much. Please like, comment, and subscribe. This is my channel to give back to the world and make the world a better place. So thank you so much, Gel fam. Have an amazing day. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Check out all my links below, Instagram, on my affiliate links, and my newsletters. They're all down below. Have an amazing day. Peace.